Číslo 8, number 89, Czech, Hokejbal. Číslo 59, number 55, Dennis, Hickey. Číslo 21, number 22, Bobby, Hauser. Číslo 33, number 43, Matt Kiesel. Číslo 91, number 91, Josh Merchant. Číslo 20, number 20, John Benito. Číslo 24, number 24, Johnny Lewis. Číslo 28, number 28, Dehet Schleingel. Číslo 94, number 94, Jordan Sanigal. Číslo 12, number 12, Bill Sullivan. Číslo 11, number 11, Cody Varela. Číslo 70, number 72, Corey Wilson. Trenérem je Corey Hershey. Coach of the USA is Corey Hershey. Mi dovolte, abych vám představil sestavu Švýcarů. Now let me introduce the players of New Switzerland. Číslo 13, number 14, Dean Brodard. Číslo 31, number 41, Nick Blenberger. Číslo 23, number 23, Matt Agerter. Číslo 46, number 46, Samuel Deppen. Číslo 24, number 24, Thomas Hall. Číslo 53, number 53, Thomas Huber. Číslo 22, number 22, Pascal Keller. Číslo 2, number 2, Alexander Mermon. Číslo 19, number 19, Mark Miller. Číslo 59, number 59, Lukas Stahelek. Číslo 28, number 28, Gregory Blechler. Číslo 52, number 52, Fabian Dolopes. Číslo 90, number 97, Patrik Žibelec. Číslo 3, number 3, Alessio Kleina. Číslo 99, number 99, Steve Cameron. Číslo 87, number 87, Rafael Meringer. Číslo 65, number 65, Yannick Miller. Číslo 66, number 66, Mario Bowie. Číslo 71, number 71, Chris Rottenberger. Číslo 77, number 77, Matthew Schultne. Číslo 33, number 33, Yannick Stači. Číslo 67, number 67, Ives Studsky. Trenérem národního Švýcarska je Tibor Stefánek, coach of Team Switzerland Tibor Kapánek. světě právě nastupující tým Švýcarska. Please welcome Team Switzerland. Dovolte mi, abych přijal rozhodčíčním zápasu letní Welcome Games Rugby. Zápas nás spojeří Martin Černý a Marián Valachovič. This game will be conducted by Martin Černý and Marián Valachovič. Teď, dámy a pánové, prosím, přivítejte tým Spojených států. Please welcome Team USA.
We welcome you back to Tip Sport Arena, Pardubice in the Czech Republic. A game up next in the men's A2 group. Game between United States and Switzerland. United States, the record of 2 regulation wins and 1 overtime win, that against the Czech Republic. 8 points. That puts them 2 points behind the Czech Republic, who are in first place. They've completed their round robin, all 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 overtime loss for 10 points. So they're 2 points ahead of the United States. A win by the U.S. would have them in first place overall in Group A2 at the end of the round robin. Switzerland, a couple of wins over Portugal and Italy. They lost to the Czech Republic on the opening night, so 2 wins, 1 loss for them. They have 6 points. A win for them would put them into second place. This is the final round robin game for both these teams. Portugal and Italy are playing today as well. They have records of no wins, 3 losses each. So one of those teams, they'll play today, play each other. One of those teams will finish in 4th, one in 5th. That is the breakdown in Group A2. You see the United States group. Jonathan Verthage will start in goal. And there are the Swiss. Final day for round robin competition today here at these World Championships. Get into quarterfinals and semifinals in the men's tomorrow. For the women, they still have a little more round robin to be played. 16 straight round robin for the women. For the men, divided into 4 groups, 2 main pools, the A pool, the B pool, and then a couple of teams in the B pool after round robin play will move up and compete against the 5th place teams in the A pool and have a chance to move on to the semis. That'll be Haiti and France. The other teams in the B pool will stay in the B pool and compete for medals there. So again, last game, round robin, Switzerland, United States. United States win, they take first place in the group. Switzerland wins, they move into second and would move the United States down into third. United States in the white with the blue and red trim. And play is underway. Depan up the blue line for Switzerland. Got by Matt Caron at the blue line for the States. So back to pick it up, Nick Carter of the U.S. Ball comes back to Carter. U.S. coming off that controversial win against the Czech Republic the other night in front of a big crowd, a hostile crowd to the U.S. Video replay showing that a goal scored by the Czech Republic shouldn't have counted. There was another one that showed that they scored that was not counted. And then the USA, their tying goal, which sent the game to a shootout, the replay showed that it didn't go in. The referees had called it good. As a result of all that, he's got a penalty here to the U.S. The ISBHF has instituted video replay for the playoff games coming up. And you can read all about that game and the changes that the ISBH is making on the official tournament website. Just Google Pardubice 2017. There on the homepage, you got all the stories of everything that's happening here this week. Switzerland on the power play.
Čas 1:04. Z týmu Spojených států amerických vyloučen hráč číslem 22 Bobby Hauser na 2 minuty za nápad.
Ball taken by Rick Zimick, sent down the floor.
Penalty for player number 22 Bobby Hauser from Team USA, 2 minutes 43.
Played ahead by Dean Berdard, the goalkeeper for Switzerland, who moved it up. Back at the blue line, Mueller. And hopped over the stick of Dobelli. The U.S. come up with it. Again, send it down the floor. Berdard way out of the goal. Quick pass up ahead. Too far. Sent right back out again, but that hits the big clock here above center floor at Tip Sport. Collision in behind the goal. Play continues on again. Switzerland on the power play. Shot saved by Rathage. Rebound controlled by Switzerland. Now it's cleared down the floor. It was Mellinger who lost it. Wilson has it for the U.S. 45 seconds to go in the man advantage. Stuckey. Fina. Switzerland slow to move it. They're going to make some changes. They wait for those changes to be complete. Now they'll head up the floor. Alessio Fina from well out, shoots it in. Save made by Rathage. Again, the U.S. ball was bouncing, batted out of the air and down the floor. Fina has it again.
Also number 89, Czech, Hekit. 159, number 55, Denis Hickey. 120, number 22, Bobby Hauser. 133, number 33, Matt Easton. 191, number 91, Josh Merchant. 120, number 20, John Benito. 124, number 24, Johnny Lewis. 128, number 28, Denis Schleingel. 194, number 94, Jordan Sanikow. 112, number 12, Bill Solomon. 111, number 11, Cody Varela. 170, number 72, Corey Wilson. Trenér Corey Hershey, coach of the USA is Corey Hershey. mi dovolte, abych vám představil sestavu Švýcarů. Now let me introduce the players of New Switzerland. Číslo 13, number 14, Dean Brodard. Číslo 31, number 41, Nick Lemberger. Číslo 23, number 23, Mark Eigerter. Číslo 46, number 46, Samuel Deppen. Číslo 24, number 24, Thomas Hall. Číslo 53, number 53, Thomas Huber. Číslo 22, number 22, Pascal Keller. Číslo 2, number 2, Alexander Mermon. Číslo 19, number 19, Mark Miller. Číslo 59, number 59, Lukas Stahelek. Číslo 28, number 28, Gregory Blefler. Číslo 52, number 52, Fabian Golambers. Číslo 97, number 97, Patrik Žibelec. Číslo 3, number 3, Alessio Fajna. Číslo 99, number 99, Steve Cameron. Číslo 87, number 87, Rafael Meringer. Číslo 65, number 65, Janek Miller. Číslo 66, number 66, Mario Bowie. Číslo 71, number 71, Chris Rottenberger. Číslo 77, number 77, Matthew Schultner. Číslo 33, number 33, Janik Stačik. Číslo 67, number 6.
Rick Zimick for the U.S. The blue line pass right onto the stick of Agutter of Switzerland. Down the floor it goes. Christopher Liebers has it. He'll head off. Ball is dumped in and behind Brodard. U.S. on it first. Carter. He'll move it down a little bit lower. Back at the point, shot well wide of the goal. Comes out the other side, on it first. Zimick for the U.S. Knocks it loose. Swiss bring it away. Fina up ahead, looking for Stuckey. Pass just out of his reach, but he'll track it down in the corner. Ball comes back. Huber up ahead. He was looking for Yannick Mueller. Mueller has it in the corner. That shot from Agutter did not get through. And the U.S. will come with it. Steve Gregory. His pass off the mark. Both teams struggling right now a little bit with their passing. Everything missing by just a little bit. A couple of chances to spring players free on both sides. Pass missed. The U.S. have it in around behind the goal. Working it out in front. Wilson, shot goes wide. Gregory in the corner. Back at the point. Shot, good save by Brodard with the blocker. Now the Swiss have it. Clear it down the floor, and this will be a flooring call against Switzerland. 6:51 gone in the first period. Another game coming up at 2 o'clock, India versus Finland. That game will determine who finishes 4th and 5th in this group. Sorry, in the group A1. This is A2. Again, sent down the floor. We got another whistle. Another face-off in the Swiss zone. Exactly 7 minutes gone here in period number 1. No score between Switzerland and the United States. U.S. in around behind the goal. Ruiz with the wraparound. They score. Johnny Ruiz makes it 1-0 U.S. Quick hands of Johnny Ruiz. Hauser will leave it for Ruiz. Didn't quite catch it there. There's Bobby Hauser in around behind the goal. Actually knocked off his stick right to Ruiz, and Ruiz steps out, tucks it home, 1-0 for the United States. Mellinger for Switzerland. His shot was over the top of the goal. Swiss are on it. Mellinger again. This one went off a leg into the corner. Along the boards. Paulik. Shot doesn't get through. Bounces around. Mellinger took a swing at it. Couldn't make contact. Ball went into the corner. Now it's up along the boards. Stolly. He'll try the wraparound. Couldn't beat Rithage. Switzerland with a lot of pressure on the U.S. right now. Paulik. In front, shot off a leg wide. Mellinger has it again. Down into the corner. Stuckey's tried to throw it out in front. That was intercepted. Keeping it in was Samuel Depan, but it went off a stick and out of play. Here's the wraparound attempt by Stolly. Mellinger, good shift that time for Switzerland. Heading off. Down the floor, hustling back to pick it up is Karan. They're going to call it flooring. Well, actually, I didn't think they were at first, and they didn't. What's happened is that there has been a penalty called to the U.S. out at center. Number 3, Jim Darty, has gone off for roughing. Not happy about it. Few people not happy this morning. Switzerland go on the power play.
Čas 8:08 z týmu USA vyloučil hráč číslem 3 Jim Doherty a 2 minuty za Pardubice.
5-on-4 man advantage for Switzerland. They trail 1-0. Fina. One-timer, saved by Rithage. Makes the save. Stolly working over on the right side. Got Mueller on the left, and up front, Yannick Mueller and Yves Stuckey. Actually, Dobelli, 97. Dobelli will take the face-off for Switzerland. Comes back to Mark Mueller. To Yannick Mueller. Fina. Mueller, shot saved by Rithage. The right pad down. Mueller again. Fina doesn't shoot it. Back to Mueller. Fina, nowhere to go. Come down here on the left side. Yannick Mueller. Back to Mark Mueller. Alessio Fina, shot off the end boards. Ball ended up on top of the goal. That shot that was stopped by Rithage. Get the right pad down. Good low shot by Mueller from the point. Switzerland changing up. Coming out, Mario Paulik, Yannick Sterky, Alexander Mermoud. And the U.S. bring it out. Ruiz trying to get away. Ball hops into the Swiss bench. We'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. Mario Paulik. Jonathan Ruiz is the only goal in the game. Take the face-off against Mermoud. Mermoud wins the face-off. Mellinger. Still 45 seconds to go in the man advantage. Mellinger will shoot it right in wide of the goal, looking for the carom off the boards. Rithage will cover it up there, so they will get the face-off in the U.S. end. 9:27 gone first period. 1-0. USA leads Switzerland. Switzerland on the power play, bring it down low. Mellinger back at the point. Shot off a stick, up and over the goal, out of play in behind Jonathan Rithage. Just 15 seconds left to go now in the man advantage for Switzerland. U.S. will change up the penalty killers. Members of the U.S. women's team and other supporters here supporting the U.S. men's team in this game. Schlegel off the boards, gets it out. That'll do it. Penalty about to expire. USA back at full strength now. We go back to 5-on-5.
USA is playing at full strength.
Kohler. The head Fina. He'll dump it in. Bouncing ball goes wide of the goal. Picked up back there by Schlegel. Over to Zimic. Hauser. Hauser to center. Look to get it in. He'll throw it across. Dumped in by the U.S. Now they'll go into forecheck. Tomasz Hole there first. Over on the far side. Kohler out at center. Tipped away by Mark Mueller down into the U.S. end. Picking up back there, Zimic. To Steve Gregory. Gregory with a burst of speed. Threw it in front. Goes wide. Going to be a penalty coming up to Switzerland, likely for interference. The U.S. player was dumped in front of the goal. Just kept onside by Karan. Touched up in front of the goal, and now the United States will go on the power play. I said likely interference, but I'm going to call it charging. Cody Black heading for the front of the goal is knocked down. So heading off for Switzerland, Tomasz Hole.
Čas 11:18. Tým Švýcarská vyloučen hráč číslem 24, to Václav, na 2 minuty za
Warella. Shot blocked. Switzerland come up with it. The ball goes into the timekeeper's box. Face-off will stay in the Swiss end. Warella's shot is blocked by Mark Agater. Off the glass, out towards the blue line, held in by Hildreth. Hildreth has it again. Over to Sullivan. Warella, one-timer, well wide of the goal. Hildreth will hold it in over the far side, take it down low. That shot just missed. Holding the ball. Got a face-off outside the blue line. There's a good chance here for the U.S. Senecal, the pass, gets it across to Warella. Just missed the mark. Hauser. Schlegel. Gregory. Schlegel shot, save made by Brodard. Ruiz plays it back. Swiss don't get it out the first time, they will the second. Short-handed, here they come. Pauly knocked off his stick. A good defensive play by Bobby Hauser. Known for his offensive prowess, but got back. His little fist pump from his goaltender Merthage. Now he's got the ball. 30 seconds remain in the U.S. power play. Hauser. He'll gain the zone and bring it out. Merchant. Hauser, one-timer wide. Merchant looking for the rebound. Has his stick tied up. U.S. maintained possession. Schlegel. Senecal. Schlegel. That just missed. Pass a little bit ahead of Denny Schlegel. Schlegel. Shot wide. Rebound cleared. Penalties now over. 5 aside again. Swiss have killed off their penalty, as the U.S. did with theirs. So both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. United States continue to lead it. Just under a minute and a half to go in the opening period. Goal by Johnny Ruiz, the only one in this game. Go down the floor. We'll get a whistle with 1:09 to go. Come back down in the Swiss end. Second of 6 games today. Next up, India, Finland. Men's Group A1 round robin game. And a women's round robin game. USA, Czech Republic. That should be good. Yves Stuckey trying to get in front. Getting back to knock it off his stick was Nick Carter. Back at the blue line. Mahmoud's shot. Merthage has got it. Covers up. Under a minute to go now in the period. Look at the USA bench. USA getting under this 2-on-1, shaping up down low. They get it in front, tipped just wide. Corey Wilson right in front of the goaltender. He's able to get a stick on it, but put it wide. Now a battle ensues down below along the boards. Deflects out in front. Wilson again puts it towards the goal. Bouncing ball. Brodard says enough of that. I'm going to hold on to it. Stop the play right here. 16 seconds left to go. It's Wilson's turnaround. went off of Slednik and right to Bernard. Backhand towards the goal. It'll go into the corner. And play will end there. At the end of the first period. 1-0 USA leads Switzerland. We'll be back with the second period just under 10 minutes from now. You're watching the 2017 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships from Pardubice in the Czech Republic.
Garanti mistrovství světa v hokejbalu jsou Ministerstvo školství, mládeže a tělovýchovy, agentura Czech turismu, Pardubický kraj, statutární město Pardubice, generální partnery mistrovství světa v hokejbalu jsou Česká podnikatelská pojišťovna a Finex Technology. Hlavní partneři mistrovství světa v hokejbalu jsou JTech, KYB Manufacturing, PlayStation, služby města Pardubice, Battery Shop, T6 Power, Quiz, Marvel, AML Holding, Radegas, stavební firma Jičmínek, Czech Insurance Agency, Nissan Auto In. Partnery Českomoravského svazu hokejbalu jsou Sabe, Střída Sport, Merch 53, Fisher Hockey, Stillman, Hayduk Sport, CCM a Winber. Hlavními mediálními partnery mistrovství světa v hokejbalu jsou Česká televize a Český rozhlas Radiožurnál. Partnery mistrovství světa v hokejbalu jsou AAA Auto, Štojbly, Léčebné lázně Bohdaneč, Ketodie, Vodovody a kanalizace Pardubice, Explosia, Charlotte TNT Trade, Auto, Energie AG Bohemia, Markmet, Calypso, ČPP Service, Správa a údržba silnic Pardubického kraje, Napatax, Comia, EM Stav, Hastex a Haspr, Elektroservice Modr, Finet Pardubice, Tekam, Mados MT, SAM Litomyšl, Bauxet.cz a Top Centrum. Dodavateli mistrovství světa v hokejbalu jsou Rozvojový fond Pardubice, ABT, Edera, Konektor, Flejny, Odrážovka, Bitfood, České dráhy, Rosengard, Patatuf, Red Tide, Ponte Catering, Chargebox, Wallfloor, Tiburon, Kohinor, Berser, Finlandia a Frenzel. Regionálními partnery mistrovství světa v hokejbalu jsou Aquacentrum Pardubice, Atrium Palác Pardubice, Deep Vision, destinační společnost Východní Čechy, Kulturní centrum Pardubice, Dopravní podnik Pardubice, McDonald's, Dostihový spolek Pardubice, HC Dynamo Pardubice, Letiště Pardubice, Golf Resort Kůnická hora a regionální rozvojová agentura Pardubického kraje.
Den Pardubického kraje už klepe na dveře. V pátek 9. června od 10 do 21 hodin se můžete na Pernštejnském a Komenského náměstí v Pardubicích těšit na bohatý program. Prohlídky úřadu, dobročinný jarmark, ukázka práce záchranných složek, regionální potraviny a řemeslníci. A ve 20 hodin na Pernštejnském náměstí koncert Heleny Vondráčkové. Den Pardubického kraje v pátek 9. června. www.pardubickýkraj.cz.
1-0. United States leading Switzerland after 15 minutes of play in this final round robin game in Pool A2. Again, just to remind you what's online here today. Czech Republic leads this group with 10 points. The United States in second place with 8, Switzerland with 6. So a win by the United States. By the way, Czech Republic have completed their round robin game, so they will finish with 10 points. United States, if they win in regulation, they would have 11. If they win in a shootout, they'd have 10, tied with Czech Republic, but they beat the Czech Republic heads up in a shootout, so they will get first place if they win in first or in a shootout. Switzerland, if they could come back and upset the United States, again, either in regulation or shootout, they would take second place in the group. And the U.S. would drop to third. So a lot on the line here this morning, and then we'll start the crossovers tomorrow. Five aside as we start the second period. 1-0 for the U.S. Johnny Ruiz with the only goal in the game so far. Right on cue, here is Ruiz with the ball down in the corner, working against Mellinger. Has it taken away. Schlegel comes up with it. Denny Schlegel. This is the big line for the U.S. Schlegel, Ruiz, and Hauser. Ball came in front of the goal, cleared away by the Swiss. Down the floor. That'll bring about a whistle and a face-off down to our left. See that play as it comes right out in front of Brodard, and Schlegel couldn't quite catch up to it. Ball just hops over his stick as he cuts in front. Ball goes into the U.S. players' bench. Cody Black will face off against Alessio Fina. Ball comes right to the boards from the face-off. Fina back in the corner looking for it. Gregory trying to knock it loose. Came out in front. Cody Wilson had a chance for the U.S. Closing a hand on the ball. Duran doesn't particularly like that call. Wilson throwing it out in front of Steve Gregory, who had the chance. Backhanded in by the Swiss. A couple of hops to Rithage. He'll catch it and leave it for his defense. Matt Caron. To Gregory. Steve Gregory for the U.S. Back to Caron. Up at center. That's picked off by Paulik. Swiss come in. Shot fired wide of the goal. Backhanded back in. Down into the corner. Carter was on it first for the United States. Backhanded out a little further by Wilson. Now back in his own end to pick it up. Mermoud for Switzerland. It'll come back to Alexander Mermoud. Roethlisberger. And back in by the U.S. again. Mermoud. over to his defense partner, and the ball comes out, kept in by the U.S. Turning off the boards, doing good work. With Senecal, ball bounces into Brodard. He's got it, holds on. Get a face off in the Team Switzerland end of the floor. Extremely quiet right now inside Tip Sport. Not a lot of fans here for an early morning game. U.S. supporters. And coming out of that is going to be a penalty, slashing to Cody Warella. I'm wondering if it's looking for the loose ball and maybe slash to the hands of the goalkeeper. Didn't see a whole lot going on there. Zimic in the corner working with Mermoud. Ball comes loose. And Sullivan will get it. Clear it down the floor for the United States. It's touched by a high stick along the way. Face-off will come all the way back into the Swiss end. Backhand goes up and out of play. Switzerland, the wholesale change, sending 5 new players out onto the floor. A quick look there at Bill Sullivan of the U.S. Sullivan will take the face-off against Fina, won by the U.S. Shot was stopped. Fina has it. Now some of the Swiss spectators trying to liven things up a little bit with the Hop Swiss chant. Shot in off of Verthage. Face-off in the U.S. end of the floor. Now the U.S. will change. Minute 23 to go on the power play for Switzerland. Cody Warella in the box for the U.S. for slashing. Ruiz, face off against Mellinger. Ruiz won it back into the corner. The U.S. sent it the length of the floor. Fina gained his own by shooting it in. Had a lot on that. It went just wide. Verthage played it off the boards. Got it to his defense, who will send it down the floor one more time. Under a minute to go now in the Swiss man advantage. No possession in the U.S. end at all in the first minute. Ball goes out of play. Last touch by Switzerland will come outside the blue line. Ball touched the score clock above center face-off circle. And some of the U.S. women's team members. They have got a big game coming up. 4:30 today. They'll take on the host Czech Republic team. Stuckey, cross almost picked off by Ruiz. He did get a stick on it and knock it out, but he was almost away to the races. Dangerous pass. Knocked down by Steve Gregory. Gregory trying to cut inside of Stuckey. He'll get it up ahead to Paulik. Paulik to the blue line and over. Mellinger, long shot. No trouble there for Rethage. Just 4 seconds left to go in the U.S. penalty. Great penalty killing by the U.S. Switzerland with no possession down in the U.S. end. That one shot from well out. Rethage well out of the net, out in front of the goal crease to make the save. Cut down the angle. Took it right in the chest. They score! 1 second left to go in the power play. Clean face-off win. Back to Mark Mueller, and he one-timed it. Kill the penalty for 1 minute and 59 seconds and then give up a goal. There's that clean face-off win. One-time shot. Beats Rethage cleanly. And we are square at 1. Great goal for Switzerland. Tough one for the U.S. They had done such a great job killing that penalty. Now the Swiss come in again. Another shot from Stuckey. Rethage stopped that one. Stuckey's got it again. Out at center. They'll maintain possession. Right in onto Rethage. He'll cover it up. Just as it looked like the United States were going to kill off that power play, kill off the penalty, without giving up a single good scoring opportunity, and then boom, it's in the back of the net. Some Swiss fans taking the game as well. The Swiss delegation. Switzerland does not have a women's team in competition this year. They were in Zug on their home floor 2 years ago. Back in his own end, Gregory Blotler comes out in front, backhand, big save by Brodard. Great work by number 20, Jim Petito of the United States. Didn't look like he had anything. He was tied up in front, managed to get away a very good backhand. Ball thrown right out in front. Here's Petito falling down, and Brodard had to make a pretty good save on that. Off the left arm, then cover up the rebound. States with possession off the face-off. Shot comes in well wide of the goal from Karan. Doherty down in the corner. Jim Doherty. Carter knocked it down. That got past Ralph Mellinger. Now he'll move it out. Sledneck. He has it knocked down at center. Swiss follow up on it, clear it in. I'm saying it was shot from the Swiss side of the center red line, so it'll be a flooring call. Another look at this goal. Or sorry, this save rather. Near goal for the U.S.
Čas 20:58. S tím už Švýcarská vyloučil hráč číslem 24, Thomas Hall, na 2 minuty za sekání.
Power play for the U.S.
Penalty for player number 24, Thomas Hall, from Switzerland, 2 minutes for
Tomas Hall ended up getting a 2-minute slashing penalty that last play. So the U.S. trying to restore their 1-goal lead. Ruiz shot off a leg into the corner. Gregory knocked off the ball, but stays with it. Out at the blue line, cleared and out. Great work by Yannick Sterke. U.S. quickly back up the floor, gain the zone. They'll set up. Hauser elects not to shoot it, played it down to Schlegel. Pass didn't connect. Schlegel has it. Denny Schlegel. Back to Hauser. Hauser towards the goal. Blocked by Brodard. Ruiz to the boards. 2 Swiss players converge on him. Ruiz got hit in the face. Ruiz hit his head against the dasher. There's no penalty on the play. Have a look at it here. And fair enough. Player just backed into him, and just the position he was in, his head moved forward, hit the dasher, but I have to agree, no penalty there. Whistle went just to protect the player, make sure he was okay, so the face-off came outside the blue line. Warella for the States. Back to Sullivan. Comes here to the near side, Hildreth. Hildreth down in the corner. Out in front, one-timer by Warella goes wide. Warella. 2-on-1 for the Swiss. In front, forehand, backhand, and just didn't get much out of it. A little too much stick handling by Mellinger. Might have been better just one time that. That time he'd stick handle 3 or 4 times. There was nowhere to go. Cleared in by Switzerland. If they touch it, penalty coming up to the U.S. Delayed penalty, touched up there. Slashing will be the call. Here's the 2-on-1. Paulik, good pass, and right there, just couldn't get a handle on it, and then turns into a whole lot of nothing at the end. The Swiss will go back on the power play. They were successful on their last opportunity. They scored with 1 second to go on the power play. Had essentially no ball possession in the U.S. end at all through the full, minute 59 seconds. Managed to get a face-off with 4 seconds to go on the power play in the U.S. end. Won it cleanly and then blasted it home. That's why we're tied, and now they go back on the power play. Ball held into the corner. That'll bring about a whistle. It was Cody Warella who picked up that slashing penalty for the U.S. Another clean face-off win. A shot by Dobelli and a good save by Rithage. Covers up the rebound. Fina against Ruiz. Fina won it. It's intercepted, and racing away is Denny Schlegel. Schlegel knocked off his stick by Dobelli into the corner. Good work by Patrick Dobelli of Switzerland, as it looked like Schlegel might have had a step. Final shot off the boards, easily taken by the U.S. and sent back down the floor. Switzerland over and over has used that ploy of just shooting it in and trying to get in a forecheck, and they just haven't been able to get in quick enough. It's one of the reasons they haven't had any time in the U.S. end. They'll try it again. Almost got to it that time. The U.S. come up with it, don't get it out. Stuckey. It'll come back to him. One-timer blocked by Schlegel. Schlegel up ahead was looking for Ruiz. Passed way off the mark, but Ruiz will go down and get it first. He's hit. U.S. calling for a penalty. They'll come away with it. To the Swiss. Paulik. In over the blue line. Now he'll set up. Finally, the Swiss get some possession. Paulik back at the point. Stuckey shot off the end boards. U.S. high off the score clock. That seemed to have knocked something loose on the score clock. May need a little repair between games. Just 9 seconds to go in the Swiss power play. Shot in off of Verthage to the boards. Towards the front of the goal. Cleared. Penalties now over. The players come out of the penalty box as Cody Warrella. Swiss throw it into the corner off the boards. Dobelli trying to keep it in. Dobelli comes up with it. Dobelli stopping up in the corner. Towards the goal, that one right through the crease, came out the other side. Warrella is on it, can't get it out. Now he does, but taken by Fina, who cleared back in. Referee back here has called offside, and we'll call it intentional. So we'll come back down into the Swiss end. Hauser with a shot, or Gregory, number 23, went over the top of the goal. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Still a 1-1 tie between these two teams. Hildreth towards the goal, bounces in right to Berdard. He'll make the save. Another shot misses from down in close. Swiss come away with it. Stuckey, drop pass, Mermoud. Trying to play it back in front, and Black picked that off. Off the boards. Steve Coomer trying to get to it for the Swiss, but the U.S. come up with the ball. Long shot from well out, well wide by Jordan Senecal. Josh Merchant take it off the boards. His shot also missed. Ball goes up and out of play. Face-off will stay in the Swiss end. It's Wilson to Gregory. Haven't seen a lot of great scoring chances in the last little while. This one over the top of the goal. Ball bouncing around in front of the Swiss goal, cleared away. Switzerland has it. Mellinger. Or Paulik. Paulik doing some good work, getting it in front. Slidnik shot, kicked away, and the U.S. move it out. Petito. A little flip. Chase. Following up on it in the corner is Doherty. Doherty to Petito. Sullivan. Caron. Penalty coming up to Switzerland. U.S. goaltenders on the bench. The U.S. got a sixth player out there. And then they turn it over. But with a minute 39 to go in the second period, U.S. will go on the power play. 1-1 tie. That move by Paulik, just lost it at the last second. Lukas Stiley in the penalty box for Switzerland.
Čas 27-21. Tým Švýcarska vyloučen hráč 59. Lukas Stiley na 2 minuty za podražení. Time 27-21. Penalty for player number 59. Lukas Stiley from Team Switzerland. 2 minutes.
Hauser couldn't get it over the line. Now he'll bring it in and back it up. Once you get it over the blue line, you take it all the way back to center and stay onside. The floating blue line in ball hockey. Hauser thinking about it, thinks better of it. Ruiz, that hit the outside of the net. It rippled. Some fans reacted. Fans that are here mostly down below us, the U.S. fans and the Swiss. U.S. give it away. Sterke trying to come in shorthanded, knocked off of his stick. We've got 40 seconds left to go here in the second period. Schlegel dumps it into the corner. Gregory is in there. Steve Gregory. Mahmoud fell down. Gregory back at the point for Ruiz. Ruiz towards the goal. It is tipped, but over the top of the goal. Sullivan is on it. 17 seconds to go. Sullivan. Back to Hildreth. His shot. Schlegel fed it in front. Got it to Sullivan. Rodard made the save. 3 seconds to go. 2. That'll do it. Still 21 seconds left to go in the power play when we come back to start the third period. What a 1-1 tie between the United States and Switzerland. After the first 30 minutes, we'll be back with the third period, the deciding period, unless we go to a shootout between these two teams in just under 10 minutes. These are the 2017 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships in Pardubice, the Czech Republic.
Statutární město Pardubice. Generálními partnery mistrovství světa hokejbalu jsou Česká podnikatelská pojišťovna a Finex Technology. Hlavní partneři mistrovství světa hokejbalu jsou Czech, KYB Manufacturing, PlayStation, služby města Pardubice, Battery Shop, T6 Power, Quiz, Marhold, AML Holding, Radegast, stavební firma Ječmínek, Czech Insurance Agency, Nissan Auto In. Partnery Českomoravského svazu hokejbalu jsou Sabe, Střída Sport, Merch 53, Fisher Hockey, Stillman, Haven Sport, CCM a Vidwell. Hlavními mediálními partnery mistrovství světa hokejbalu jsou Česká televize a Český rozhlas radiožurnál. Partnery mistrovství světa hokejbalu jsou AAA Auto, Štojbly, léčebné lázně Bohdaneč, Keto Diet, vodovody a kanalizace Pardubice, Explozia, Charlotte TNT Trade, Alukov, Energie AG Bohemia, Markbet, Calypso, ČPP Service, Správa a údržba silnic Pardubického kraje, Napatrax, Comia, EM Stav, Hasnex a Haspel, Elektroservice Modr, Finet Pardubice, Tekan, Mados MT, SAM Litomyšl, Bauxet.cz a Top Centrum. Dodavateli mistrovství světa hokejbalu jsou Rozvojový fond Pardubice, AB Kont, Edera, Connectel, Flejny, Odrážovka, Bitfood, České dráhy, Rosengard, Patapuf, Red Tide, Ponte Catering, Chargebox, Allfloor, Tiburon, Kohinor, Berserk, Finlandia a Frenzel. Regionálními partnery mistrovství světa hokejbalu jsou Aquacentrum Pardubice, Atrium Palác Pardubice, Deep Vision, destinační společnost Východní Čechy, Kulturní centrum Pardubice, Dopravní podnik Pardubice, McDonald's, Dostihový spolek Pardubice, HC Dynamo Pardubice, Letiště Pardubice, Golf Resort Lutická hora a regionální rozvojová agentura Pardubického kraje.
Den Pardubického kraje už klepe na dveře. V pátek 9. června od 10 do 21 hodin se můžete na Pernštejnském a Komenského náměstí v Pardubicích těšit na bohatý program. Prohlídky úřadu, dobročinný jarmark, ukázka práce záchranných složek, regionální potraviny a řemeslníci. A ve 20 hodin na Pernštejnském náměstí koncert Heleny Vondráčkové. Den Pardubického kraje v pátek 9. června. www.pardubickýkraj.cz.
1-1 tie as we come back for the start of the third period in this game between Switzerland and the United States. This game, the final round robin game in men's play for Group A1, Group A2. Once again, Czech Republic leads the group. They have finished their round robin games. They've got 10 points. USA 2 points behind with 8. Switzerland with 6. Win by the US puts them into first place. Win by Switzerland moves them into second and moving the United States back to third. And that will play a big role in determining the positions once they get into the crossovers for the semis, the quarters, the semis, and the finals. Shots on goal after 2 periods, showing the Swiss out shooting the U.S. 16-10. As I said, this game has not had a lot of great scoring chances. Made a comment in the first period that both teams seem to be a little bit off with their passing, not being able to go stick to stick. And the other thing is, it's been a good defensive game from both sides. Both teams blocking a lot of shots. Good goaltending, Jonathan Rithage and Dean Berdard. So put it all together, 1-1 tie after 2. United States on a brief power play as we start this third. Gregory plays it back. There's only 10 seconds to go in that power play. Wilson, shot. There's an example of a block. Mellinger blocked it. Penalties now over. We're 5-on-5. Shot wide of the goal. Kept in by Karan. Karan back at the point. Can't get a shot through. They'll put it into the corner. Hit along the boards. Play continues on. Steve Gregory working hard. The ball is cleared down the floor by Switzerland. And we'll get a flooring call against the Swiss. 50 seconds into this third period. Stick broken down there. Out in front, and boy, what a chance for Merchant. Ball hopped over his stick. He was all alone in front of Brodeur, had an open net. Couldn't make contact with the pass. That's thrown right through the crease. On it is Dobelli. Dobelli to center, lost it. U.S. come back, 2-on-2. Ball goes into the corner. It's going to be a penalty coming up to Switzerland. And the Swiss do not like that call. Tomasz Hole not happy with that call, as you can see, and may have a case. But he's in the penalty box, and the U.S. will go on the power play. Chance to take the lead. Warrella gets it to settle. Got away a good shot, saved by Brodard. Back at the blue line. Long shot by Hildreth. Tipped into the corner. Didn't get through to the goalkeeper. Stuckey gets to it. Swiss breakout, 2-on-1 shorthanded. Stuckey with Sturkey. Stuckey with the shot. Save made by Brodard. Sullivan. They'll get it over the blue line. Now they'll set up. Hildreth doesn't shoot it. Back to Sullivan. Warrella. Sullivan. Back to Warrella. Couldn't one-time it. Pass was on his backhand. Warella, Sullivan, nowhere to shoot it. Hildreth again, the pass just a little bit off in the feet. They want to get that one-timer. Warella passing a little bit close. He'll shoot it off his stick, up and out of play as it went off Mellinger of Switzerland. And this is what I talked about in the first period. Everything is off by just a little bit. On the power play, you really want to set up to get that one-timer if you possibly can. All the passes, that was that 2-on-1 shorthanded. There's Warella's shot. But all the passes by the U.S., either to the backhand side and a little bit too close to the feet. So the player could not one-time the shot. 47 seconds still to work with. So one-timer, whipped wide. Ball goes into the corner. Sullivan battling for it. Switzerland come up with it, and Paulik will send it the length of the floor. Liebers up for Zimic, and that's stopped and sent back down. There's going to be a penalty to the U.S. as a result. Interference. Rick Zimic. We see Zimic, number 8. As the Swiss had intercepted the ball, sent it down the floor, tripped up the Swiss player who was going to go and try and chase it. Four on four for the next 24 seconds. Face-off not done cleanly.
Čas 32:57. Z týmu USA byl už hráč s číslem 8 Rick Zimic na 2 minuty za nedovolené bránění.
Right from the point, shot managed to find its way through from Samuel Depan, and Rethage makes the save. Mellinger to face off against Sullivan, and we are 4 on 4. 17 seconds to go in the Swiss penalty, then they'll go on the power play. The shot bounces around in front, batted away, out and down the floor. They'll pretty much do it. Swiss will be on the power play. And they are now, as their penalty has expired. Minute 33 to go in the man advantage for Switzerland. And the Switzerland on the power play, the Hop Swiss chant goes up once again. Back of the point. Long shot tipped over the top of the goal, off of the Swiss player in front. That was Fina. The ball goes out of play. Face-off will come outside the blue line. Face-off won by Ruiz. Gregory off the boards. Not out, kept in by Switzerland. Down into the corner. We'll work it up along the boards over on the right side. Towards the goal. Save made by Rethage. The rebound was there. Comes to the boards. Mueller. Fina. Into the middle. Dobelli tried to play it across for Mueller. Back to Dobelli. What a save by Rethage. Switzerland still with it. It stays out. Great chances. Gregory will clear it in. Over in the far corner, Dobelli. Back here to Mueller. And he'll give it to Mellinger. Just a dozen ticks on the clock left in the Swiss power play. Shot in, offside. The player over on the right was anticipating that shot coming a little bit earlier. Dobelli taking the shot. Asher's Dobelli over on the right side. There's Mellinger who took the shot. That'll do it. Penalties over. Back to even strength. We're still tied at 1. It's over 5 minutes gone here in the third. Stolen away by Schlegel. Denny Schlegel down the left side. Schlegel tried to pass it back out in front, taken by the Swiss. Mermoud. Alexander Mermoud making a move. Working against Karan. Pawlik is there looking for it. Pawlik has it. Pawlik out in front. Shot comes in from Mermoud. Save made by Rathage. Lots of pressure here by the Swiss. They're giving the U.S. all they can handle right now. Hauser gets open. Hauser with a shot. Missed it short side. Rebound all the way out towards center. Kept in by the U.S. Schlegel. Liebers gave it away. Thank you very much. Mellinger tried to flip it ahead. Knocked down. Following up on it is Dobelli to the boards. Dobelli, he'll shoot it in. I go over the top of the goal. Liebers back to get it. It comes through the side of the goal. Rathage will leave it for Liebers. The Swiss, who lost their opening game 6-0 to the Czech Republic, looking much better here today against the U.S. Senecal shot. He's whipped wide. Warella drops it back. Merchant comes in looking for it. Ball goes up in the air. Dobelli had it bounce, couldn't clear it. States keep it in. Shot comes in over the top of the goal from Carter. Mueller into the middle to Fina. He'll turn, dump it in. He'll head to the bench. 7 minutes gone in the third. This game's still tied. Rolled right into Brodard. He'll elect to leave it for his defense. States are in there. Brodard with a blocker save. Off the stick of DeFazio. Fazio out there now for the U.S. His first shift, at least by my recollection. Don't remember mentioning him earlier in the game. U.S. trying to get some fresh legs out there right now. If somebody can make something happen, this rolls into Brodard. He'll hold on to it. Here are those chances for Switzerland a moment ago. The U.S. come back. Hauser. Hildreth knocked down, comes back to Andrew Hildreth. States have it. Gregory, Wilson, back to Gregory. Black is in front. Gregory spins away, trying to get it out in front. He does. It's tipped wide. Comes back to Gregory. Take it all the way back to center. Threw it in front, knocked down. Yves Stuckey. Can't get it out. Kept in by the U.S. It's DeFazio. Working with Sturkey. DeFazio comes away with the ball. DeFazio. And through the slot and here to the near side. Wilson turns. It's blocked. Crease violation has been called. That'll bring the face-off outside the blue line. 8:34 gone. U.S. win the face-off. Matt Caron will shoot it in. to the corner, comes out in front. U.S. on it first. They score. Beautiful play. They set up Jim Doherty. Shot intentionally wide. U.S. get to it first, throw it out in front. That time, the passing was stick to stick, tape to tape. And the ball is in the back of the goal. Here's the shoot in by Karan. U.S. get to it first. Perfect pass. Doherty comes in, buries it. Pass from Bill Sullivan, who got there first for the U.S. Turned right on the stick of Doherty, slides in, puts it home, and the United States have taken a 2-1 lead. Face-off will come back down the U.S. end. 8:42 gone, third period.
Čas 38:42. Branku týmu USA střelil hráč číslem 3, Jim Doherty, a zastavil hráč číslem 12, Bill Sullivan. Stav utkání 1-2. Time 48-42. Goal for Team USA. Scored by number 3, Jim Doherty, assisted by number 12.
Penalty's been called
Red score 1-2.
in the center floor area. We go to the U.S. Rick Zimick back in the penalty box again. 2 straight penalties to him. Right from the face-off, Dobelli's shot is whistled wide. The U.S. will clear it down the floor. Into the corner. Liebers. The ball hop over stick, so the Swiss come up with it. Mueller. Mellinger. Actually, it's Dobelli. Mueller. Dobelli. Mueller, one-time shot wide, comes off the end boards, cleared away by Carter. Swiss stay on it. Mueller turns quickly. Now it's Yannick Mueller. Mark Mueller. Back to Yannick. Knocked down. Gregory has it for the U.S. Gregory to center. He'll keep on going with it. Gregory short-handed, trying to cut in front. He does. Lost the handle as he did. Great short-handed effort by Steve Gregory of the U.S. This is Mellinger. Into the corner it goes. State's on it first. They'll turn and fire it the length of the floor. Mellinger up to the blue line, knocked away from Stuckey. That shot blocked by Schlegel, didn't even get in over the blue line. Mellinger, now he'll shoot it in off the glove of Verthage, but an easy clear by the U.S. Again, this strategy of Switzerland is just shooting the ball in has not worked very well for them in this game on the power play. Now a bad pass will lead to a flooring call against the Swiss, and this is a power play that's gone nowhere. Best scoring chance belonged to the U.S. Here it is, Steve Gregory, short-handed, but as he tried to come out in front, you see he just lost control of the ball. Another game coming up in less than an hour from now. Women's game. Be another USA game. They'll take on the host Czech Republic. Saved by Brodard. Changed direction at the last second and right into his glove. Let's correct that. The women's game is at 4:30. The 2 o'clock game is India, Finland, men's. So 2 o'clock, India, Finland, men's game, 4:30. USA, Czech Republic, women's. Mueller almost got away inside the U.S. blue line, but couldn't handle the ball. It was bouncing. Morella turns. Out to Merchant. Merchant will play it back behind his goal. Switzerland changing.
Zakázané. Volný icing.
Face off in the Swiss end. 2:41 left to go, third period. United States lead it 2-1. Hauser behind the goal, trying to get it out to Ruiz, taken away by Sturkey. Out at center, knocked down, kept in by the U.S. The U.S. get back to the ball. No flooring over on the far side. Rick Zimick got to it. He was tied up. Petito. Liebers. That hit the back of the net as he tried to throw it around to his defense partner on the other side. Now Liebers has got it up at center. They'll move it up to Hauser. Hauser in over the blue line. Hauser swinging wide. Hauser trying to get in front. Threw it out in front. Cleared away by Mermoud. Under 2 to go. See the Swiss think about pulling the goaltender shortly. First, the Swiss have to get it out of their own end. Mellinger forced back. Now they move it up. Paulik gets it down deep. Paulik's got it to the front of the goal, cleared into the USA bench. Only a minute 18 to go. Third period. Face off in the USA end. Brodard staying put in the Swiss goal, at least for now. You see Hauser threw it out in front, and Mermoud got back to break that up. Here's Mario Paulik. So Switzerland's going to talk about it. They've called a timeout. There's Paulik trying to jam it home at the side of the goal. Schlegel clearing it away for the U.S. It's the U.S. bench. And the Swiss. And the Swiss use that timeout, get their goalie off the floor and get the sixth attacker out there. Minute 18 to go in the third period. Swiss goal will be empty. Long shot from outside. It's loose in front. The U.S. on it first. They'll bring it out. Gregory, empty net. That misses. Still a full minute to go for Switzerland. They need to gain the zone. They don't on the first try. Now they'll shoot it in, but that goes out of play. The faceoff will be right at center. Keep the goalie on the bench, so they need to win this faceoff. Rick Zimick, Steve Gregory. Powlick against Ruiz. And the U.S. will get to it. Schlegel with a shot to the far side. Swiss come up with it. Powlick at center, lost it, had his pocket picked. Ruiz, that's blocked by Mellinger. Ruiz knocked down over the corner. Swiss come up with it. 24 seconds left to go in the third. Dumped in. Wide of the goal. Hildreth around the boards. U.S. stop it at the blue line. Clear it out. Only 10 seconds left to go now. Don't think there's going to be time for the Swiss. There won't be now as Ruiz clears it in. Just 3 seconds. Long shot down the floor. Well wide. The buzzer goes. U.S. hang on. 2-1 victory over Switzerland. Switzerland made it very close. Just a late goal in the third period by the U.S. Give them a 2-1 victory. So the U.S. win it in regulation. They will take first place in Group A2, 1 point ahead of the Czechs. That's because of that disputed overtime shootout win by the U.S. over the Czech Republic that has caused the ISBHF to make some changes as we head into the playoffs, looking at instituting video replay. So USA now with 11 points, Czech Republic 10. Switzerland will finish in third with 6 points. Portugal and Italy still with 0. They'll play to determine who will finish fourth and fifth. I've got another game coming up in less than an hour from now, scheduled for 45 minutes from now. That will be India and Finland in the men's, and then Czech Republic and USA in the women's. You're watching the 2017 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships from Pardubice in the Czech Republic. We'll see you again at 2 o'clock.
Dámy a pánové, nyní vás nejlepší hráči utkání. Ladies and gentlemen, now we announce the best players of the game. Ceny předává Milan Kušek. Prizes are awarded by Milan Kušek. Nejlepší hráč z Švýcarska. Best player from Switzerland is player number 19, Mark Miller. A nyní nejlepší hráč týmu USA, best player from Team USA is player number 9, Michael Defazio. USA. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise up for the national anthem of Team USA. Czech, číslo 59, number 55, Denis Hickey. Číslo 20, number 22, Bobby Hauser. Číslo 33, number 43, Matt Easton. Číslo 91, number 91, George Merchant. Číslo 20, number 20, John Benito. Číslo 24, number 24, Johnny Lewis. Číslo 28, number 28, Denis Schleingel. Číslo 94, number 94, Jordan Senegal. Číslo 12, number 12, Bill Sullivan. Číslo 11, number 11, Cody Varela. Číslo 70, number 72, Corey Wilson. Trenérem je Corey Hershey. Coach of the USA is Corey Hershey. Nyní dovolte, abych vám představil sestavu Švýcarů. Now let me introduce the players of Team Switzerland. Číslo 13, number 14, Dean Brodard. Číslo 31, number 41, Nick Blemberger. Číslo 23, number 23, Mark Agerter. Číslo 46, number 46, Samuel Deppen. Číslo 24, number 24, Thomas Hall. Číslo 53, number 53, Thomas Huber. Číslo 22, number 22, Pascal Keller. Číslo 2, number 2, Alexander Mermon. Číslo 19, number 19, Mark Miller. Číslo 59, number 59, Lukas Stahelek. Číslo 28, number 28, Gregory Bletler. Číslo 52, number 52, Fabian Golanders. Číslo 97, number 97, Patrick Živelec. Číslo 3, number 3, Alessio Fajna. Číslo 99, number 99, Steve Cameron. Číslo 87, number 87, Rafael Berenguer. Číslo 65, number 65, Janek Miller. Číslo 60. 159, number 55, Dennis Hickey. Číslo 21, number 22, Bobby Hauser. Číslo 33, number 43, Matt Easton. Číslo 91, number 91, Josh Merchant. Číslo 20, number 20, John Benito. Číslo 24, number 24, Johnny Lewis. Číslo 28, number 28, Dehet Schleingel. Číslo 94, number 94, Jordan Sanigral. Číslo 12, number 12, Bill Sullivan.